Hey guys, okay, so have you seen that Chris Rock stand-up long ago where he talked about the difference between black people and niggas? Because I think that there's a distinction, I'll put a link in the description if you haven't, but there's a difference between, it's kind of like the difference between white trash and white people and you can make that distinction, whatever race you are, between basically just people that are ignorant, psychotic, crazy, that you don't want to have anything to do with, and that make it look bad for normal people, make you look bad, right? So I feel like there's another distinction that needs to be made, and that was between women and biatches. And biatches have got to go. Biatches, women that are mean, that are like psychotic, that are like entitled, like I had this girlfriend that wouldn't date anybody, that made under $1,000 a year. I'm sorry, under $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year, she wouldn't even like give him the time of day. Now, when her looks go and she's not able to get over on her looks, and that's going to be a serious problem for her, especially since she's somebody that's entitled and not bringing anything to the table. Like, she couldn't even cook, And she was actually nice to me. I had no issues with her as a girlfriend. I just had an issue with how she treated other men, and just walked all over him. And just to be fair, there are men that let that shit happen because they like pretty women around, so they'll let them walk all over them. So that's another video about how you're a man and you need to not let that happen, how you're perpetuating that by letting these biatches get away with murder because you're happy to have a beautiful woman in your presence. It goes both ways. So anyway, I remember I had this boyfriend, and he was telling about his friend had caught a woman, this is graphic, but putting a condom back in her after they had sex. She was like, I need to go to the bathroom. He's like, okay. And then he walks in on her putting the used condom back in her after they just had sex. And I've heard that they teach like professional athletes to do that because after that incident, because there are women that will do that. They will baby trap a child. And to me, that's like psychotic selfishness, because you're not only destroying, you're being selfish by wanting to have a man around to keep him. Now, I can understand if you get pregnant and you don't want to have an abortion to kill the baby, and and you're like, hey, I'm gonna have this baby, I'm not, if you want to be around, fine. If not, I'll deal with it. I want to have this baby. I understand that. But there's a difference between tricking a man into staying with you by having a child. Do you think that eventually you're going to have a good relationship? No. These women are crazy, right? How is the person not going to have resentment toward you and the child, right? You're destroying the child's life. You're destroying the guy's life that doesn't want to be around. You're going to eventually end up destroying your life. It's not a win-win for anybody. So I don't know. But then I had another incident where there was my friend's roommate beat herself up like that scene in Fight Club, and called the police on her boyfriend and get him arrested. The women that do that, because they're psycho, and they have no remorse. They don't see into the future. They don't see the repercussions of what they're doing. They're not lying. They're like a petulant child that wants satisfaction here and now and doesn't care about how it affects anybody else, okay? Yeah, it's insane. I just don't understand, and then there are people that want to group all women in the same category, and there are men that are just like, oh, you women are crazy. But, a lot of men, they see the red flags and they choose to ignore them. A lot of times because a woman's attractive or they want to get laid. And I know there are going to be men that are going to be like, you're shaming us. Yeah, well, I'm shaming you if you saw red flags and you still stuck around. There's a certain point, and there are women that do that too. They see red flags and they still stick around, So, you can't, if you see somebody do something crazy and you don't think that it's going to be a problem down the line, then it's eventually, it's your fault. It's your fault, I was listening to Bill Burr a few months ago, and there was this guy that was dating this woman, and they were having sex, and then she wanted to put on an anime porn movie. And then he started watching. He was like, nah, I'm not really into this. And then he said that she started crying and just saying he wasn't open-minded. And then he he broke up with her. So to get back at him, she told everybody that it was him that wanted to see the porn movie and broke up with her. And he said that basically she had basically destroyed his life in college because people were looking at him like he was this pervert and stuff. So she goes back to him and is like, well, if you get back with me, then, you know, I'll stop telling people. And his friends, this is the shocking part to me, his friends were like, dude, just get back with her. She's really hot. Now, I don't know what happened with that situation, but if the guy chose to get back with her because she was hot, then it's his fault. It's his fault. Because you don't think that she's going to be baby trapping you and doing other little sneaky manipulative stuff? That's not love. Who cares? It's like nobody believes in love anymore. They just want somebody that's hot. It's crazy. So I don't know, man. It's the war, and it sucks that, you know, all women get thrown in this category. But I can see in a situation too where if he would go back and then he has even more trouble with this woman, and then he'd be like, "Oh, all women are crazy." No, you're crazy for picking a crazy woman. Like, if you see the red signs, if you see the red flags red, if you see them and you're still with the woman because of your own egotistical, selfish desires, then it's your fault, okay? Now, I know women do stuff, and I know that there are a lot of laws, too, that are in favor of women, especially when it comes to children, and stuff like that. You know, it's really fucked up, and I really wish that, you know, I don't know, like, I would like to see some legislation or something. I wouldn't even know how to begin but that would, you know, put this in check and give men more rights, because I know that a lot of men don't have rights when it comes to their children, and a lot of the laws are really skewed and unfair, and you know, and then they become all bitter and stuff, and then I end up dating these broken men because they were with crazy ass women. The cycle is just messed up, you know. So yeah, man, women and biatches. The war has, you know, there's a war going on. And what do you think? Women and biatches, is it a real thing? I would like to hear comments. Biatches have got to go, all right? All right, guys, that's it. I just want to throw that out there today. Peace, truth, and love. Bye. Mwah.